Up until just last 4 years, which station would you say that Igbos, when Igbos want to watch Igbo news, want to watch what's going on in Igbo land, the person who can, if you want to watch something that is trending, that is out of Nigeria and it's Igbo culture, which station do you tune to? Is it Arewa? Is it Channels? Is it Arise? Is it TVC? Is it Silverbird? Come on. There are two media giants, TV giants right now in Enugu. I'm excited because in as much as I feel as someone who's from the southeast, and you know, I feel maybe we're late to the party in terms of media investment, I still believe that we can still make a mark. Think about it. Since Minaj died due to managerial issues, in fact, I can't just go into that story now, but it will be said on another day. Since Minaj died, which other media organization that is broad, that's as broad as Minaj was, a TV station, that Igbos have deliberately invested in and supported? Because it's not just about investment, but of course support. And so you are left with a situation where other regions, other people who don't know how you feel, tell your stories. Somebody who is sent here as a reporter from the southwestern part of Nigeria does not know the history of our culture, of our tradition, does not know the culture and the tradition of our people, and then it tells a story from what they see peripherally. No deep thoughts, no deep inclusion, no deep description, no deep rooted, reportage as to this particular happening. And so when he drafts a report from the southeast, he sends it to Lagos. Lagos decides, whether to remove this line, edits it in such a way that it will be their taste, to their own taste. Up until just last few years, like I say, 4 years, how old is Afia? Afia is the only privately TV station that is, you could say, have global map right now. And then Signature that just, turned 1 year old. Up until just last 4 years, which station would you say that Igbos, when Igbos want to watch Igbo news, want to watch what's going on in Igbo land, the person who can, if you want to watch something that is trending, that is out of Nigeria and it's Igbo culture, which station do you tune to? Is it Arewa? Is it Channels? Is it Arise? Is it TVC? Is it Silverbird? Come on. I mean, take a look at it. Let me even give you the ownership of these platforms that I have just called and their location. And in fact, these stations don't even, I don't know whether it's deliberate. No TV station that is privately owned broadcast from Enugu. None. I'm talking about Enugu, the entire southeast. No privately owned medium that can report things dispassionately, that is making waves, that is broadcasting from the southeast. None, no one. Tell me. Government owned, we all know what government would do with your report. NTA, AIT stopped working for a long time. In fact, they would just say that at some point they were vibrant, but they were not vibrant. They don't have an office. They don't have a place where you can say, okay, they are broadcasting a certain hour from this place, from this location from the southeast. None. What does that tell you? So what they do, send somebody who can come and, bring them stories, and then they decide whether to play the story or not to take the story, or then they tell stories that are not clear, that are unfair to the people of the Southeast, and Igbos will be shouting marginalization. Why wouldn't you be marginalized when you don't invest in critical infrastructure as important as a TV station to reach out to the world, to tell your own stories?
The ever-evolving media industry is getting more complex and challenging, with running costs heading towards the rooftop. The challenge is even more with the television station, which requires more complex, sophisticated and expensive equipment to run. But Afia TV, the first privately owned regional TV station in the Southeast after the default Minaj Systems Television and the Signature TV, have agreed to collaborate and go into strategic partnership for the mutual benefit of both organizations.
That both of us have some understanding, if it's around security or insecurity. Telling stories like that, I mean, just an example, if the two biggest media organizations within here were to say, okay, let's investigate this thing and have a common, I think people will like, okay, for these two platforms to say this is a joint special report or investigative report, I mean, then it will travel much further. How we can work together to have more access is good, and break the barrier. And also, I think what is even more important is that the people looking at us from the outside, that they understand that yes, we compete in the same market, but there are things we should fight for.
We asked in a number of places, especially when we came, they said, what kind of relationship? I said, it's complementary. We are here to complement each other. To add to, we are here to collaborate. There's no competition. The market is so big that if we sufficiently sensitize our people, some of your business, you don't be just like the hotels, it's overbooked, so you look for your neighbors. Yeah. Help me put people here. But we need to jointly work on the psyche of our people. So I think that we need to collaborate. I don't think there's any governor or any businessman that will see you and I and some of our colleagues that want to visit them and talk about what we are doing, and they will say, we get out from here. And we should also use what we have to get what we want.
Now, I also love this collaboration, Signature and Afia. I love this collaboration, and I hope that it stays true and it stays as long as possible. We wouldn't have any issues that would make any of the stations decide to pack up. But again, I also want to say, the governors of the Southeast, you must invest in this private sector, in this portion of our lives, to tell our own stories the way they are. We don't allow somebody else tell our own stories. TVC belongs to President Enugu. Channels broadcast from Lagos, and of course now they have an office in Abuja. Channels broadcast, the owner of Channels is John Momo. John Momo is from Edo State. Owner of Silverbird, the Ben Bruce brothers, Bayelsa State. Owner of AIT, Edo State. I mean, just name it. Arise News, Ndoka Babena, Delta. You can't really point out to any media organization to say, this is an Igbo man that owns this station, and they mostly, tell stories of Igbo extraction beautifully. None. So I'm excited when Afia actually got established some 4 years back, and they just focused. They said, this is what we want to do, and that's it. We don't really care about what happens in another part of the country, but we'll give the news, but our focus is the Southeast, telling the Southeast stories, and they're doing fantastically well. Signature came in last year, and they're doing practically very okay. Telling stories from a global perspective, telling the Igbo stories from the global perspective. And I don't know. And we still have our brothers refusing to invest in these platforms. Okay, you can't bring out your monies and invest in this platform because, oh, the turnover time for a TV station is like 5 years. You can't put monies down for 5 years. Oh, I'd rather go for something that would give me return immediately, be building up. That's the reason why we're seeing hotels everywhere. That's why we're seeing, transport terminals, transport companies everywhere. So things that will give you quick cash. Tomorrow you go and shout that the government is marginalizing you, whereas you have not invested in the things that could tell your stories in a way that government knows what you feel. What am I saying? You have no idea how important the media is. You have no idea how important investing in TV stations, radio station, not just radio station, because the radio station have some limits because terrestrially, you can always broadcast to the place where you are located. But with online platform tools these days, you can broadcast to everywhere in the world. But how many persons want to tune to you when you are not visual? We know there are audiovisual, but how many radio and TV stations, or how many radio stations in Enugu or even in the southeast that are audiovisual? How many? No, seriously. I'm telling you numbers, facts. So there has to be some level of investment in that space in order for us to tell our stories. We wouldn't have anybody tell our stories the way they feel, the way they want, the way they paint it to suit them. When we're telling our stories, we are telling our stories as it is and as we feel it. No matter whose ox is God. I still believe that part of the reasons why the Igbos are said to be marginalized because some of our stories are not told the way it should be. If you want to, station you want to tune to now and say, okay, let me tune into this station. I know I will get information about the Igbos. Let me go to this platform. I know I will get information about the Igbos. Yes, no station. Tell me one that when I tune in Nigeria, that anybody can tune in from anywhere around the world and say, okay, if I tune in, I will get information about what's going on in the southeast. I'll get information about what's going on with the Igbos. Tell me one. None. Arise News will practically tell you national issues. Channels is Lagos based. You can tell you what's going on there. Of course, national issues. Nobody tells you your stories the way it is. So when I saw this collaboration, I was so excited about it. I was so happy about this collaboration. And these are the only 2 privately owned TV stations that are broadcasting from the southeast. Yes, so the 2 stations that are broadcasting from the southeast, that the investment, their headquarters is in the southeast. I'm not talking about digital okay, because there are several digital platforms, owned by several persons. I'm not talking about just digital platform. I'm talking about licensed TV station it's capable of broadcasting on DSTV, on and other platforms. Signature TV is on SLTV, channel 265. They've been broadcasting there in the last few months. Afia TV is on DSTV, it's on Go TV, it's on Free TV, and it's also live on YouTube. Signature TV is also live on YouTube. So these are the only stations that not the ones that are. We've seen people open online platforms located from inside. It's also practically digital, platform, basically broadcasting from the southeast. But I'm saying that people that have TV licenses, because I know that people now start saying it's a lie, that it's a lie, but I'm just telling you what is obtainable. So it behoves on us, business owners, government parastatals within Igbo land, look out for these people who have devoted their money, their time employing people to tell Igbo stories and support them. What would it cost you? What would it cost you? Little money. Okay, you established a TV station telling our own stories. Oh, how do I support you? You bring generator, give them generator. owing to light palaver, give them some respite. You know, if it is what do you call that in investment waiver? What do they call that in that they do for businesses that established for the first 4 years? First 4 years, you exempt them from tax exemption, exempt them from paying taxes, because they're going to employ people. They are going to hire, professionals to drive these particular narratives. If you ask these two gentlemen now who are trying their best in developing content for the masses, they tell you what they are going through: power, salaries, and equipment. Nobody is asking you for give me money. Just say, okay, equipment, how much is your money? How can we support you? You support them and grow this region. It is not only building of road or putting street lights that is developing an entire region. It's also about the kind of shaping of the mindset of the people through media that can also go a long way. And the media would also help you, because you're also projecting your business, also projecting the government's programs and policies. So imagine an Enugu state government want to do a broadcast. He would invite people from Lagos to fly them down, invite people from Abuja to fly them down to broadcast something that is in Enugu for Enugu people. Haba. No, I'm serious. Imagine you want to broadcast about something that has happened. Oh, groundbreaking ceremony of the International Conference Center, Guinea. This one, that one. You have to wait. They will give you the dates that they will come. Before they will fly. Of course, you paid for their flight, pay for their hotel, and even give them jam as they are going. You give them all these things just because you want to broadcast your strides, because you want to broadcast your thing. But the ones that are within you that have license, you jettison them. You would throw them out. And I'm talking about this. I'm talking to all the state governors of the Southeast and South. I'm talking to you all. Invest in media. Even the one silver, but it's not even good enough. The Silverbird is Bayelsa, but they don't broadcast from Bayelsa. It's just that the owner is from there. AIT, Edo State, we know that the last time I checked, the Edo State studio is not really working. It's not standing strong. So I think we're missing an opportunity, huge opportunity in that space, and I'm hoping that the Southeast governors and business owners support these businesses in the Southeast in order to grow. Because again, I mean, an average Igbo man will want to look at what can he get if he's not opening a filling station that is seeing 1 naira, next one he's seeing another 1 naira. I mean, or better still, he's not opening a hotel that he knows that people would use, or a bar. I mean, you don't expect him to put money so much in that space and then tie down his money for 5-6 years before he starts making gain. Because that's exactly what, when I speak to some of these very rich men and ask them how far with this thing, how can't you invest in this thing, they tell you this is it. They can't because of the fact that the turnaround time is actually very, 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 very longer time. But we have people who have that money, who can put in the work and put in the effort and employ people and get professionals and get TV running for at least 10 years before you talk about anything that has to do with gain. But what you are doing, you are shaping the narrative. You are telling the world your own story from your own perspective for Igbos by Igbos to the world. That is what this is about. It's not every time about money. Get gain. It's not everything that is money. How much money can you really make? You are still going to leave the money in this world, and when you are dying, I keep giving this analogy. When you are dying, nobody will put the billions that you have made in this world with you in your grave. The money is that you are keeping in the bank or keeping somewhere. It's for you to make life better for people. And even if you don't want to make life better for the whole people, make life better for Ndibos. We say people who are rich. We mention people who are the richest people in the country. You mention Igbos. You wonder, okay, where are these people bringing their money from, making their money from? Where are they investing their monies in? You will hardly see an Igbo man invest money in media. The ones that will invest are crying, are shouting. This thing is killing them because there is no support. People who own businesses are advertising, using the advert to another platform instead of advertising on their Igbo man's platform. So I love this collaboration. It's a welcome development. Afia versus Signature TV is one interesting two platforms that you know I respect. Not because I work for Signature, but because of the foresight of these two individuals. I mean, they would have set up this platform in Lagos or Abuja. They might as well set it up somewhere else without bringing it to the Southeast. But look at where they are, bringing this investment in the Southeast and putting this kind of monies. The only thing that is left is the support of the Southeastern governors, Southeastern business, to put in their monies in these platforms so that posterity will not judge you. However you want to look at it, I've aired my own thought. You can also add your thought to this particular platform. I would always love to hear from you as always. Thank you. I truly appreciate you.